There are California officers retiring right now with six-figure pensions on paper while simultaneously feeling financially trapped. And the dangerous part is, many officers spent decades believing retirement alone would solve everything. For years, many officers are told the same thing: just make it to retirement. Survive the shifts, survive the overtime, survive the politics, survive the burnout. Because eventually, the pension is supposed to make it worth it. But what many officers discover later is that retirement does not automatically remove financial pressure. Now, let's be clear. Pensions matter. Retirement systems matter. Many California officers have strong retirement structures compared to the average American worker. But the dangerous mistake is building your entire financial identity around the pension. Because if the pension becomes your only income plan, your only wealth plan, your only security plan, then your entire future becomes dependent on a single system. Now combine that with California reality: high housing costs, high taxes, high insurance, high utilities, high healthcare expenses. Many officers retire into one of the highest cost of living environments in America, and suddenly, that pension check starts feeling much smaller than expected. And this is where many officers begin experiencing financial pressure they never anticipated. For years, many officers financially structured their lives around overtime income. The problem is, the overtime disappears in retirement, but the lifestyle often remains. Base pay plus OT plus court time plus special events equals lifestyle. Then pension only equals pressure. That transition shocks many retirees psychologically. Now add another issue almost nobody discusses openly: identity attachment. For decades, the badge becomes more than employment. It becomes structure, purpose, identity, community, mission. Then suddenly, it's gone. Locker closing, folded uniform, empty hallway, silence. And many officers quietly struggle with the transition far more than expected. Then comes another uncomfortable truth. Many officers retire carrying years of accumulated stress damage: sleep deprivation, shift work, chronic cortisol exposure, injuries, emotional fatigue, high blood pressure, burnout. The body keeps the score. And financially, medical costs can become one of the largest retirement pressures later in life. Many officers spend decades surviving operationally without building systems that protected long-term health. Then there's another reality: divorce. Years of operational stress, mandatory overtime, emotional fatigue, relationship strain can create enormous financial damage later. Pension plus home equity plus assets equals divided. Many officers never calculate how dramatically divorce can alter retirement projections. This is why many officers quietly feel trapped. Not because they lack income, but because expenses stayed high, dependency stayed high, stress stayed high, flexibility stayed low. The real issue is not retirement itself. The real issue is many officers were never taught how to build actual financial independence outside the department structure. They were taught: survive, work overtime, hit retirement, collect pension, but not ownership, investing, leverage, long-term systems, income diversification. Ownership thinking changes everything, because eventually you realize the goal is not simply reaching retirement. The goal is building a financial structure strong enough that retirement becomes optional, not desperate. Pension, investments, IRA, brokerage, cash flow, business income. That creates leverage, that creates flexibility, that creates peace. Many officers spent decades sacrificing health, time, family, emotional stability, believing retirement alone would eventually solve the pressure. But retirement does not erase bad systems, poor planning, dependency, burnout accumulation. This is why financial systems matter now. Not 5 years before retirement. Not after burnout hits. Not after divorce. Now, in the next briefing, we're going to discuss one of the most financially destructive realities many officers never properly prepare for: how divorce quietly reshapes pensions, retirement timelines, and long-term financial freedom. Because for many officers, the greatest threat to retirement is not always the job itself, but the financial reset that can happen outside of it. This is Financial Roll Call: ownership, discipline, long-term thinking.